What's up YouTube? Jeff back again from highonandroid.com, and today we're going to get into the unboxing of the ASUS Zenfone 2. So you can see right here I've got the red model, just came in from Amazon. Now I've always been the kind of guy who I've only purchased flagship phones, especially with Android. I've never really bought a lower end type phone. And the ASUS Zenfone 2, while not explicitly a lower type phone, it does have 4 gigabytes of RAM. It is a rather cheap phone at $299 in terms of price, and it doesn't have all of the super powerful specs that we've come to expect from the HTC One M9, the Galaxy S6, the S6 Edge, the Note 4, or even the LG G4, which is coming out in the next few weeks. So in that sense, this is sort of a new experience for me. I've never really been into buying phones that have lower specs. So I'm going to go ahead and unbox this phone, give you my impressions. I've already heard from a few people that they feel the build on the phone is a little cheap, so we'll see how I feel about that and just sort of find out if that's true. So let's go ahead and get into the box and let's take a look and see what we think about the Zenfone 2. I've got my unboxing knife here. I ordered the phone yesterday. The Zenfone just came available actually yesterday on Amazon. So if you follow our news site, I posted over on the Google Plus page for High on Android. As soon as this was available, I ordered one and I posted it up on the news site so that other people could try to grab one. Let's put the plastic to the side. So I grabbed one right away and they had free one-day shipping for Prime members, so I was able to get it today sort of really quick. So let's go ahead and take a look here around the sides. The packaging is pretty minimal, to be honest. You can see here on the back we've got some specs. You've got an Intel processor inside for 2.2 gigahertz quad core on this higher model. This is the 299 model. We've got 64 gigabytes of storage on board and a 13 megapixel shooter on the back. So overall, not terrible specs for the price. It does have an HD display, not quad HD, but it's 1920 by 1080. So overall, the packaging is kind of simple. Here you can see they've got some little pictures showing you what the features are. You've got a solid battery life, 4G LTE, tells you about the HD, Bluetooth 4.0, and talks about the camera. So on the outside, not a lot of really super impressive packaging. The packaging actually feels a little cheap in my opinion, but you know, it's a $299 phone. I'm not gonna skewer them on the packaging. So let's open it up. So if we pull the sleeve out there, you can see right there, we've got the ASUS Zenfone 2. And it's just a little carton on the outside. So again, the packaging is really simple. Let's go ahead and take the phone out. You can see phone, I've got the red color. Let's just put that to the side. Let's see what else is inside the box here. Paperwork, micro USB, power brick. There's nothing else in there. That's not too surprising considering this phone costs $300 off contract. So that's the full contents of the box. Let's just put that to the side for now. You got a little return label here. You've got a warranty card, pretty expected. You've got some setup guides in various languages. We don't need any of this, just user guides. And then you've got a simple power brick, so this thing doesn't have fast charge on it or anything like that. Just a micro USB and a power brick. Put that to the side, I don't need it. On the front here, they tell you a few more of the specifications of the phone. 13 megapixel camera, as I said. You've got bigger while smaller, so you've got a 5.5 inch full HD IPS display, but it's in a 5-inch body, ASUS claims. You've got a 64-bit super quad core inside. I don't know, super quad core. Super quad core is kind of a hype word. And then it says you've got the brand new ASUS Zen UI and 4G LTE. So that's exactly what I'm interested in, is the Zen UI. One of the reasons I bought this. I've never tried ASUS or their operating system. So let's go ahead and take the plastic off. And so let's just tour the phone for a second so you guys can have a look. You can see here you've got ASUS branding on the top. You've got your buttons around the bottom here. A little shiny bit of black there at the bottom. You can see the light hitting it around the bottom there. On the back, it's got all red, some more ASUS branding. some Intel Inside branding, some Zenfone branding. You do have the buttons on the back of the phone, so your volume buttons on the back, just like on the LG phones. So if you want to get the phone power, that's on the top. So let's go ahead and hit the power button. Let's see if we got any charge out of the box. And it looks like we do. So it says, ASUS in search of the incredible. You've got your powered by Android at the bottom. And it looks like it's got a little bit of charge out of the bottom. So you can see here the boot animation. You've got Intel Inside, which we already saw on the label with the quad-core label. Just while we're waiting for it to boot, we got a few more things here. On the back, you have the stereo speaker. And then what else are outside of the phone? The camera and the flash on the back. Again, as I mentioned, the power button is right here up top, along with your headphone jack. So I'm going to quickly go through really quick and put in my information here, set up the phone, and then I'll come back and show you guys the software, just give you some initial impressions. So my initial impression so far on the hardware is it definitely does feel a lot cheaper in terms of build material than the S6 or the M9, but that's obvious. This thing is made of plastic and not made of metal or a lot of glass, so you expect it to feel cheaper. The back on the phone does feel a lot cheaper than the M9 or the S6. So let me go ahead and put my information in here, and then I'll get back with you guys, and we'll go ahead and continue looking at the software just for a second, get some initial impressions. Alright guys, so we're back. I went ahead and set up the phone. You can see here the ASUS Zen UI. So this is the lock screen when you boot it up, set it up. I went ahead and put my T-Mobile SIM in there. So let's just take a quick look at their UI. You can see that it's got Lollipop running on it. So if we go take a look, let's go into the settings really quick just so we can make sure. See all the nice Lollipop animations. And yeah, we got Android version 5.0 right there. So everything's looking good there. If we go back, you can see their home screen, pretty standard Android launcher. They don't have much of a material theme going on, which would be nice to see. You can see overall it looks kind of snappy. It's not too bad. It's got 4 gigs of RAM, so it should be pretty fast. Of course, I'm going to have to play with this thing to see if it has any lag. But for the price of $300, I mean, I don't know exactly what I expect. I mean, I expect to get a pretty solid phone because the OnePlus One is a similar price point, gives you similar value, so I expect to get something pretty decent. Overall, there's a couple nice features. You can see I've got a software update that's waiting for me to install, so I'm going to install that and play around. The Zen UI's got a nice sort of the Lollipop notifications. We got all these quick settings. Probably try to arrange those in a different way. I don't like having all of them there, but overall the color scheme looks pretty nice. I like that. You can see that if you look in here, they've got some apps already installed for you, but I'm sure we can probably disable those. I'll take a look. You've got ASUS support installed. There's actually quite a few apps pre-installed on this phone, considering that the phone is actually an off-contract phone. It's not bought from any carrier. You just bought it from ASUS. So I'm kind of surprised there's so many apps installed right out of the box, but I'll look at them and see what's what on here. One thing I'm interested to see is how well the camera performs. I've heard from some people that the camera itself may or may not be that decent depending on who you ask. Of course, I don't expect it to be like the GS6 or anything like that. I didn't expect that level of quality, but maybe it's better than the M9. I guess we'll find out about that. So I'll definitely take a tour, and in the full review I'll give you guys an idea of the camera quality. Overall, the device seems pretty nice so far. I have to say that the back does feel pretty cheap in the hand, but overall the software doesn't seem too bad. I was thinking it might be super laggy or something right out of the box, but it doesn't appear to be that way. Let's make sure I can get T-Mobile signal. Looks like I've got 3G right now, but sometimes even with T-Mobile on my S6, I don't get 4G in this part of my apartment. So I'll have to test that and make sure, but this is an LTE phone, so you should get decent speeds on T-Mobile and AT&T. Alright, so gonna go ahead and wrap up my video, the unboxing of the ASUS Zenfone 2. Seems like a decent value. I'm gonna review it fully and also compare it to the Alcatel Idol 3. So if you guys enjoyed the video, please like it, and please subscribe to my channel if you want more great Android content. Please check out news.highonandroid.com for great Android news, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for checking it out.